Hey guys, welcome back to the DeeTimeLove show. You join me at the DeeTime bar. This is where I relax, this is where I get to talk about watches, and it very much is a studio of mine where I get to have some beverages, some alcohol, and it allows my reviews and unveilings of new watches to flow on the channel. Today, we've got a watch sent in by Spinnaker Watches, and as you can see there in front of you guys here is the packaging it comes in. Nothing spectacular, but as you can see on the cardboard box, Spinnaker for a life beneath, beyond and beside the sea. And this new release is a new version of one of their most successful selling watches, the Spinnaker Dumas, and a watch that I featured on the channel many a times on vacation, and a watch that I really think is quite unique, and its design cues really are retro and modern all in one, but it's a 300-meter water resistant watch. Let's change perspective and take a closer look at the new Dumas. Now let's take a closer look at this intriguing watch from Spinnaker, the Dumas. Look at that hexagon case, very nice case indeed. Retro meets modern engineering, I have to say. But before I go into too much detail, let's go through the specification of this particular timepiece. And you've got a case diameter of 44 millimeters. You've got from lug to lug, you're looking at 48 millimeters. You've got a case thickness of 15 millimeters, and the bandwidth is 22 millimeters. Now, as you can see, this watch's bracelet is actually connected to the actual case of the watch, and it's lugless, to be fair. So hence why it may read on paper as a very large watch, but if you look at the lug to lug width, the actual case size, it's 48 millimeters and really does wrap around the wrist very comfortably indeed. Now, as you can see, you've got a clear case back. You can see the Spinnaker rotor there, and there's been a few different design. That's the new sort of Spinnaker logo design on the rotor. And this watch hosts the Seiko NH35 movement, around about 40 hours power reserve. It's got a sapphire crystal. And this particular model has the Sahara dial. It's like a sand colored dial, or you could call it cream. I love the hands. I love that minute hand, the Prolove hand. I love the little splashes of orange on the dial. As you can see there, you've got the date function there at 3 o'clock. The Spinnaker logo has changed. This is the modern interpretation of their logo. It makes it look a lot more clinical, modern, I have to say, but it still features that retro hexagon design of watches that you get in the 70s. And it's got that splash of orange. And those of you that follow me on the channel for many years know that I'm a big fan of 70s watches, and one of my favorite colors is orange, and I love the implementation of that orange on the dial and on that minute hand. It's very cool indeed. And what can I say? Looking at the case, it's very nice. The brush finishing, the bevel edges as well, high-end polish. The bezel, let's see the bezel action. It's very tight, very stiff. And I have to say, over the years, Spinnaker just keep on improving their bezels and the quality of their timepieces in general, and this one is no different. The improvements are there, and for the price, you know, I can't stop saying this, and I said it before in my previous review of the last generation one on the mesh bracelet. Value for money is absolutely superb on the Dumas, because this watch, if you have a look at the dial, is a 300 meters water resistant watch, and it comes with a sapphire crystal anti-reflective coating. The lume is spectacular. I'll leave a little image of that up there for you guys to check that out. Very cool. And like I said, it comes with many different color variations. The palette's really nice. You're going to find the color combo that you're going to like, that really suits your style. But the biggest new feature is not just the dial on this watch, it's the actual bracelet. And as you can see here, if you see the sort of the way it's been designed is really to fall in line aesthetically with the hexagon case, and I think they've done a very good job of achieving their goal, because this watch previously was on the mesh bracelet, and I'll leave the a link to that review of the Dumas in the description so you guys can check that out so you can see the differences. But that was on the mesh bracelet. It looked really good on the mesh bracelet. However, although it was a quality mesh bracelet, I found it quite hard to take the timepiece off my wrist most of the time. So I had to get my missus to help me take the watch off when I was on vacation. I'll leave another link to that video when I took the Dumas diving, you know, and a bit of snorkeling whilst I was in Cyprus and in Greece. So a very cool watch that I love. It really is a conversational starter. People always ask, what is this watch? They love that unique sort of finishing design of the case, and I think the bracelet, Spinnaker have done a very good job indeed. I have to say, nice finishing. I love that sharp edge look that plays very well with the hexagon case. Very nice indeed. It's got a diver's extension as well. The clasp is decent. Let's get this into focus for you guys. Stainless steel. Yeah, well, first impressions, well, look, you know, the Dumas is a successful Spinnaker at the end of the day. So any new variant they produce, there's going to be an interest in this particular model. I can see this selling out very quickly, guys, I have to say. You know, if I'm being overly critical, the only thing that I would say that well, not that I dislike, but I was a big fan of the Spinnaker logo, the retro look one on the previous generation. I just felt that it really suited this watch very well with that hexagon case. But, you know, with this new logo on there, it gives it more of a modern, clinical feel. It still holds that retro vibe of its inspiration of watches in the 70s, I have to say. But it's got a solid, reliable movement. The specification, you know, it's 300 meters water resistant with sapphire crystal. The bracelet is good for the price. You know, it's pin push pins. It's not screw pins, but it feels solid. It feels good quality. I have to say, let's get this on the wrist to give you guys a wrist shot. Let's see how it fares. And those of you who are concerned about the case diameter, and I got this question asked quite a bit from the previous review I did of the Dumas. It wears on the wrist big, but it's comfortable because of the lug to lug width of 48 millimeters. It's big, it's chunky, it feels like a solid piece on your wrist, and that's probably because it's 300 meters water resistant. It has got a screw down crown, and it has got the new Spinnaker, you know, engraved sort of logo on the crown. Well, it's actually like they've inserted their logo. I don't know if that's transparent, actually. I'd have to take a closer look. But it's very cool indeed, I have to say. A good value for money watch where you want some funky retro design that will stand out and is very much a conversational piece. And at £315 sterling for 2021, there aren't many watches that are going to punch above its weight like this Spinnaker Dumas. I have to say, I can't think of any 300 meters water resistant watches from Seiko or Orient for £315 sterling. I have to say, most of them come in at 200 meters water resistant. So this is a good alternative and something a lot more funky and something that's going to stand out amongst your peers. So guys, leave your comments below, like or dislike this video if you're not that keen on this particular timepiece, but let me know your thoughts, what you think about this particular timepiece. So I look forward to your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. But if you are interested in purchasing this watch, I've been an affiliate now with Spinnaker for over 2.5 years. I want to be totally transparent and honest, but I do love the brand. Honestly, if you can see on the channel, there's certain brands that I've no longer work with. Spinnaker, I was absolutely delighted when they got in contact with me. They were going to send me the Dumas into the channel because it's a watch that I'm going to thoroughly enjoy. And you'll see me featuring it on my Instagram page from time to time. It's a very cool piece. So I'll leave a little discount code in the description. When you buy using that promo code, it really does help out the channel. And it allows me to continue providing videos like this, showcasing new watches to yourselves before you pull the trigger. And look, I do give it my DeeTimeLove highly recommended watch. I think it's a good piece. I really do. For the price, £315 with the discount, it's extremely good value. So guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.